Meet Rex. Rex is almost as old as I am. You see, Rex here was my little buddy when I was just a little boy. My, did we have the adventures. Why, we tamed the Old West. That bunk bed in the bedroom made a perfect stagecoach or a covered wagon. And boy, did we have a lot of good times together. But you know, I think the best times that we had together were during the night when I was sleeping, because old Rex would be right there beside me. Well, times have changed. The Apostle Paul in 1 Corinthians 13:11 says, "When I was a child, I spoke like a child, I thought like a child, and I reasoned like a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things." That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Put away childish things. It's been a long time, long time since I had really any strong emotional attachment to old Rex here. But I wonder. In one of the Hercule Poirot movies involving the murder of Lord Edgway, it's late in the evening and Lord Edgway is working and has asked his secretary, Miss Carroll, to type a letter for him. After he signs it and hands it back to her, Miss Carroll very innocently asks, "Can I get you anything, sir?" He jumps with a start and bluntly says, "What?" She says, "Well, I was going to have a drink, and I was just..." "What are you talking about, woman? Are you suggesting that I would want to have a drink with you?" "Well, You're getting airs above your station, Miss Carroll. Maybe you should start looking for another job. Now get out." Such is the concept of status in our society. Over in England, it's Lord this and Lady that. Servants running around like penguins, standing at attention and bringing everything at the whim of their masters. You know, it's always been that way. Here in this country, even, it's money and power and status. The more money you have, the more power you have, the more status you have, the more uppity-up you can be. Well, you know, that's not the way God created us. That isn't the way it all started out. And it isn't what Jesus intended either. You know, I talk about my little dog, Rex, and what he meant to me as a little boy. You see, the thing is that children are very innocent and they don't have much status. In fact, back in Jesus' day, they didn't have status at all. And they were not considered to be important. One time, Jesus had a little conversation with his disciples. And they asked him, actually, as recorded in Matthew chapter 18, they asked him, "Jesus, who is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven?" You know what Jesus did? It says he called to him a little child, and he put him right in the middle of them there. And he said, "Truly I say to you, unless you turn and become like children, you will never enter the kingdom of heaven. Whoever humbles himself like this child is the greatest in the kingdom of heaven. Whoever receives such a child in my name receives me, but whoever causes one of these little ones who believe in me to sin, it would be far better for him to have a millstone tethered around his neck and to be drowned in the depths of the sea. And then in verse 10 he says, see that you do not despise one of these little ones, for I tell you that in heaven their angels always see the face of my Father who is in heaven. What do you think? If a man has 100 sheep and one of them has gone astray, does he not leave the 99 on the mountain and go in search of the one that went astray? And if he finds it, truly I say to you, he rejoices over it more than over the 99 that never went astray. So it is not the will of my Father in heaven that one of these little ones should perish. Becoming like children in our attitude, in our innocence, in our acceptance of the care that our Heavenly Father has for us. You know, as children, I know as growing up as a little boy in a pastor's home that money was always tight. But as a little child, I never gave thought to it. I just knew that my parents would take care of me. I just took that for granted, and that's what children do. And that's the way we are to be with our Father who is in heaven. Not lording it over other people and not demanding that they bow to our every wish and whim, but loving others and serving others. If you want to be the greatest in the kingdom of heaven, Jesus said, you got to become like a little child in your attitude. You got to be innocent and accepting and have that childlike faith. Well, old Rex, I don't know. I think people would think I'm kind of crazy if I started sleeping with you again, so I'm not going to do that. But nowadays, I got this one. I got Yodi. Yodi meet Rex. Can you see Rex? Yeah. She's my little joy now, right? Right? Can you say hi to the people? Huh? Can you say hi to the people? Are you a sweetheart? Yes, you are. Prick your ears up so they can see how pretty your ears are. Oop, there you go. All right. God bless you all.